My spirit rejoices in God, my Savior, and I rejoice for His eternal life. I ask every Filipino family, please turn to Jesus.
A friendly reminder from the Philippine Christian Fan-Made Broadcasters.
The Worship Hour is a Christian contemporary music bulletin of the Philippine Christian Fan-Made Broadcasters. All songs featured are duly owned by its respective groups and individuals. Duplication and illegal broadcast of this episode is strictly prohibited. Ito ang 702 DZJS. Kagapay mo sa katotohanan. Member, Philippine Christian Fan-Made Broadcasters at kapisanan ng mga fan-made broadcasters ng Pilipinas. You're listening to koolFM. koolFM is a TVH Group of Networks radio station. Sondo's greatest hits are here.
Yes, people. Hello, hello, hello. It is officially Burma. Woo! It's officially Burma. Yes, in fact, today is the first day of September, and we are here to officially start Burma with some. We're officially in the Christmas season, ladies and gentlemen. So yes. How are you people? It is Sunday, September 1st, 2024, and I hope you're all having a good time preparing your Christmas trees, putting up some Christmas lights in your area. So yeah, I hope you're all having fun with that one. Okay, so yes, let's get into what happened with yesterday on koolFM as usual. So yeah, a lot of stuff. I'm sorry. A lot of stuff happened hilariously. So so one time Geometric and Foden got scared of some commercial that was played during the ad break of Talk with Sen, and that was that was hilarious. I find it hilarious. I wasn't really scared. I would admit, I was not really scared. Literally, I was not really scared for some reason. But boy, oh boy, it looks like yesterday they were having fun with some. Yeah, they were having fun with the music bots yesterday, and my goodness, pretty insane stuff. Yeah, pretty insane stuff. Oh man. So that's a lot of that's a lot of music comments. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy, indeed. But yes, something happened during the sign on of koolFM, but I would say nothing happened, honestly. But yeah, there were I'm not gonna say some, but they were messing around with the koolFM stage voice channel while we were signing off the operations of koolFM. They were literally putting the music bots during the sign up sequence. That's pretty hilarious. I'm not laughing, but I find this hilarious. So yeah, really interesting. Yeah, really interesting. So yeah, we did witness. I was listening to koolFM on online radio box, and my goodness, I literally heard some. Yeah, yeah. Someone said yung Lara nasa koolFM nyo. Yep. I can tell. I was listening to koolFM on online radio box, and I did hear something, and it's definitely another PSA commercial, which I'm not gonna say it. But freaking hilarious. Yung sa singer na viola. Okay. But yeah, people were crazy. People were crazy yesterday. Literally, people were very crazy yesterday. I would say people were very crazy. Okay. Anyways, now let's get into the lifestyle happenings. That's and now yes, that's what happened with koolFM yesterday. Oh yeah. Before I forget, we did extend talk with Sen yesterday to 12:30 because of the Burma's countdown, and we wanted to make it the moment that happened. So we did that, and yeah, it went well. So yes, now we can say that yeah, we were having fun with that. Now let's get into the lifestyle happenings for real this time. Let's get into that now. Let me go to inquirer.net. Sorry, lifestyle.inquirer first. And we're gonna have to talk about that because and yeah, we're gonna talk about that one because boy, boy, look what I just saw. PH Philippine Core lost and contest de Manila wins Grand Prix. Ooh, that's awesome. Okay, so yes, now let's do the screen share here. There we go. Okay. All right, people. Let's read for this. Let's start with this lifestyle happenings here. Once again, we were gonna have to look at this one since this is interesting. The victory earned them the right to qualify in the 2025 European Grand Prix for choral singing, making them the first Filipino community core, or yeah, core to acquire. I'm sorry, I can't core, yeah, core, to qualify for the prestigious competition. Ooh, that's nice. So, Los Cantantes de Manila, a community court based in Sampaloc, Manila, won the coveted Grand Prix at the recently concluded 72nd Concurso Polifonico Internazionale Guido de Arezzo last August 20 to 25 in 2024 in Arezzo, Italy. LCDM bested 11 elite choirs from 9 countries around the world by showcasing different styles of choral music in 3 competition categories: compulsory, square music, and studer music programs. The group backed the first prize in each category, earning them the right to compete in the Grand Prix round of the competition. During the Grand Prix round, uh, the core emerged as the winner against fellow finalists Coro della Lupe, which is from Italy, I Music Capella from Philippines, Novi Volsi from Poland, and St. Paul's Co-Educational College Verbal Choir from Hong Kong. With their victory, LCDM earned the right to qualify in the 2025 European Grand Prix for choral singing, choral singing in Tolosa, Spain. This historic feat marks Los Cantantes de Manila as the first Filipino community tour. Wait, give me one moment. I really totally forgot how to pronounce that one. My bad. Hold on. Give me one moment. Okay, hold on. Choir, there you go. Choir. Okay. Filipino choir. To qualify for the prestigious competition. Now that we won in RSO, we have big plans for the future. We are the first Filipino community choir to compete in the European Grand Prix, and we have a responsibility to represent the country well, said Darren Vargas, the conductor of the choir. He also added, we hope that we make the country proud with our victory here in Europe. We also wish for the Philippine choral community to continue supporting us as we prepare for the GEP next year. So this is Darwin Vargas, uh, conductor for Los Cantantes de Manila, which won the certificate right here. Prior to their success in Italy, LCDM won the first prize in the skirt and free programs at the 29th Bela Bartok International Choir Competition last August 1 to 4, 2024 in Debrecen, Hungary. They also received a special prize for the best interpretation of a compulsory piece, Cantante Domino. Los Cantantes de Manila will continue to tour across different countries in Europe for concerts and competitions until September. This initiative is part of the group's 10-year anniversary celebration. And let's have another. Yes, people, let's have another uh, uh, food goodies right here. And this is coming from Lifestyle Inquirer. Inquirer Lifestyle. It's about the duo serving emotional, expressive, and essentially gimmick menus, and that is interesting. And we have yet to find out what's the restaurant called, but it's coming from it's about tandem chefs Alex Tan and Mick Lopez. So they might change the way you think about cerebral yet emotional menus. Playing on the strengths of the tandem, chefs Alex Tan and Mickey Lopez gear up for their latest menu offering at their restaurant aptly named Tandem. Even before meeting each other, it was always our dream to start our own restaurant, says Lopez. We both shared the vision of what we wanted our restaurant to be like, how we wanted to treat people, what kind of food we wanted to push out. So when those visions aligned, it made sense to start this project together. The couple spent the whole of the pandemic in the condo unit and even started an online pasta business. That time has allowed them to grow and realize not the team, the dream of putting up their own restaurant together. So we anchor our menus on our teams because it allows us to tell stories using food as our medium without limiting ourselves to one particular cuisine, explains Alexander. That is pretty interesting. That was a good testing period. It helped us understand that we can actually work together. The things we learned during the pandemic about how to cooperate with each other are still very much applicable in the business scenario, Tan chimes in. Located in Legazpi Village in Makati, the restaurant serves eclectic dishes that surround a certain theme instead of a specific cuisine. Opening a thematic restaurant allows Tan and Lopez to express themselves beyond the plate. So now we know that it's called tandem. So here is the French interiors and the modern and the touches of modern art. So here is that one. You can see it looks really cool. I would say it looks really cool. Let me just resize the window here. Yeah, there it is. So you can see that that's the French interiors. Very typical stuff. Not really typical, but I would say very, very modern looking restaurant. And you have the modern art along with the bathroom near. So yeah, it really looks nice. Yeah, I'm really am the fan of that one. It looks really cool. So let's continue. We anchor our menus on our teams because it allows us to tell stories using food as our medium without limiting ourselves to one particular cuisine, explains Stan. He recognizes it's a risky move as cuisine is usually a deciding factor of where to eat, but so far it's a move that has paid dividends for the experienced chefs. Tan has worked at renowned restaurants in New York like Cafe Bulut and The Nomad, and even staged at L.F. Vincent in Tokyo while Lopez was Josh Butwood's former sous chef at Helm and the Test Kitchen. Their collective expertise spans several types of cuisines and styles and eventually dictated what type of food they wanted to serve at Tandem and how they wanted to serve it. I don't know if it's a misplaced confidence or whatever, but I think with the avenue of tasting course, we got to be a little bit more creative. I feel like because of the training we both received, we feel like we could showcase what we could offer and put that more in the forefront versus an upscale casual setup. Tan elaborates. Tan and Lopez agreed during lockdowns that they wanted to have thematic menus for the restaurant. For example, the very first menu at Tandem was all about the top crops of the Philippines, which was based on a report by the Philippine Statistics Authority. The menu incorporated the top 10 crops onto lists such as tomatoes and onions and created dishes around them. So the theme comes first. Then we start thinking about how to break that down into courses that make sense and explains. Then we break those courses down and think about the food and the flavors that might apply and how they relate to the theme. Of course, in such a way that it's not forced or gimmicky. Still whimsical, but at the end of the day, we're a restaurant. We don't just serve just stories. We want to actually serve you food that tastes good, that makes sense. The menu that the menu they just wrapped up was called Emotions, which coincided with the opening of Inside Out 2, very interesting, where they developed this just among around emotions as well as personal experiences to those emotions. So one of the dishes from the Emotions menu that is turning out to be a crowd favorite is Fear, which is a pasta dish. It's a squid link garganli with some anchovy powder, mussels, demi-sec, semi-dried tomatoes, and it's covered by a black olive lavash. So you really don't know what is going on. Nobody describes. So this is No Fear, which is liquid squid. Very interesting. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that really looks satisfying. So let's move on here, and then you have Envy, and this is what Envy looks like. So of course, is this sustainable to import everything from all over the world? It's not. Again, one of the advantages we have here is that because we're not cuisine forward, we don't have the need to chase authenticity of a single cuisine. We can just be authentic to ourselves, says Tan. Tandem's latest menu is out now, and this time it revolves around music. We believe music to be such an important aspect of our unity. There are so many facets of music that we can talk about. Music as language, history as an art. The one we found to have most parallels with food is music as a form of expression that continues, which is exactly we do here in Tandem, using food as our medium for expressing our stories, hoping to make connections with our guests. So if you are interested in 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 dining in at Dantam, they're located at Legazpi Village in Makati. Just search it up on Google Maps and you will find them there in Makati. All right, and it's now 7:18 in the morning, and we will get more into more lifestyle happenings when we return here on Hello Pilipinas. Stick around. Welcome back to Hello Pilipinas. And now let's continue with our lifestyle happenings. So, yes, it is in fact 7:26 and let's continue with our lifestyle happenings. Okay, so what's interesting today to cover? Let's see. Okay, so Cobb de Lons Angkan, let's cover that one. And for fashion lovers, it's My Arte Fair 2024, which we will cover that in hello in for this morning. Okay. Oh yeah, let's make sure to okay, cool. I'm just waiting for the article to load. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's get started with another round of lifestyle happenings that you may be interested in. There it is. So, Carl Delon's Ancon serves fashion with a higher purpose. So let's take a look at this beautiful woman, Filipina woman. When Carl Delon was a child, she dreamed of becoming an astronaut. She had a fascination for the cosmos, glancing constantly at the stars and the sun in the sky. But the math required for space flight just wasn't for her. Instead, she soared in the fashion universe as a designer that took her across the globe until eventually landing in the Philippines. Where she built her own metaphorical planet on Kan World. So this is Noli Solo, and that is Carlon Delon right here. And then you have the another arc here, which we'll get in a bit. So, the energy shift from mainstream to grassroots fashion. Born in Manila, she moved to Los Angeles at the age of 4, where Delon built an extensive background in fashion. As a designer in Los Angeles, she developed special products for catalogs for clients such as CBBG, Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom, and Anthropologie, after working in fashion capitals like Milan, Paris, London, and Tokyo. After years in the industry, she launched her own brand for footwear. Excuse me again. Yeah, Flock Footwear. Remember those clunky wedges in the 2010s that Rustans and other major retailers like Shop Boop, Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's, Macy's carried? Despite our roaring success, Delon reached a topping point, and this is again this is Carlo de Leon right here. Oh, look how beautiful she is. Yeah, look how beautiful she is, right? Look at that. That is really beautiful. Okay. So yeah, it really does look cool. Okay, let's move on here. So this is her story. It was popular, but I started to see how everyone was so demanding. When they have a good product, they just want more and more. Cloth was made in China. I asked the factories, where does the wood come from? They said, well, we have already used all the wood from in China, and now we're importing wood from Russia and France. And then they started bringing in logs that really look like trees. I started feeling bad cutting down all these trees. And then there were the conditions in which the workers were shaping the units for us. I had to rethink everything. It just didn't feel right, so I stopped. I just stopped. I reached a point where my spirituality was conflicting with my work in product development. Spirituality is important for materialism, right? As my spirituality became clearer to me, I started questioning my true purpose, especially after achieving so much in the fashion industry. At the same time, we were witnessing the peak of overproduction and fast fashion. Those factors really made me reflect on what my true purpose was. This is Uncle's Roots right here. This is Uncle's studio in Manila. So yeah, this is Uncle's studio. You can see what they're working on. They're like ironing or sewing, whatever they're called. But yeah, this is literally how that works right here. And then you have the side of the room here, which you can see the art there, and the clothes too. Yeah, I really am liking this one. So yeah, through DDI, Dylan was given direct access to work with illiterate indigenous communities. In her studio, she proudly displays a picture of Lake Cebu, there you go, from her visit to the T-Boli communities. She recalls working with DTI to document the work travels to visit the Pana and Bukidnon people, that community up north in Benguet, to down south in Negros. We really went up and down everywhere in the Philippines. It was such a blessing for me. As a Filipino American, I never had much education in Philippine history, but through this experience, I got to know my culture. Through her work with the indigenous community, De Leon established Angkan World, taken from the Tagalog word Angkan, which translates to family, tribe, or clan. What's really awesome is about the spirituality and energy I have found here in the Philippines is the connection with the indigenous people. They are deeply attuned to this energy, which is scientifically rooted in them and closely tied to nature. Spirituality is energy and is a science that our pre-colonial ancestors understood well. This connection is something I consistently think about. And here is her right here. Yeah, it really looks nice. And this is her back of the outfit, which is denim jacket, and yep, upcycled embroidered gem. Yeah, it really looks cool. And you have the you have her sitting in the chair with a lot of clothes. A lot of clothes right here. And yeah, it looks really cool. It looks really cool. Wow, damn, I would say it really looks cool. So let's continue. As she runs her hand through her drawings, she explains the symbolism, lighting both for energy, stars, and the moon, cheerful rainbows, and shapes of the anito, which she translates onto a jacket with a family touch, calling it an anita. The anita symbolizes the awakening of our inner babaylan, connecting with your energy, letting your light shine, and expanding your aura. And there you go. That's cool. The bankers' shirts represent the wolf of Wall Street bankers. Their main goal in life to make as much money as quickly possible. In the meantime, all of these bankers' shirts end up at Goodwill. They're coming from first world nations and they're being shipped to developing countries. And there's such an assess that I know for sure in the Philippines they're getting burned at the port. They're not even getting to the people that need them. In response, Delon rescues the Bangladesh shirts, strictly 100% natural cotton, giving them new life at Canton. That is awesome. So now we learn how that works. And the wait, am I missing something? Okay, so how what do they use for the materials? Well, in her bags, Delon incorporates hilos in a bell retesco or scrap fabric from a friend, mixing in vintage canton fringe from Italy. For the materials of her clothing, especially denim jackets, she uses natural Philippine indigo dye from Abra. We only use natural materials, no synthetics, because it's good for your skin and because it's biodegradable. Everything we do is intentional, from every stitch to every drop of dye. I've heard from people I don't even know, they say, we love wearing your stuff. We feel happy. It's like dopamine. All the colors just feel bright and happy. And you're wearing all natural materials, so you feel better right from the start. Leon references David Hopkins' map of consciousness, explaining that each item has a vibrational frequency. For instance, vegetables like malunggay have high vibrational numbers, while junk food scores the lowest. Lenin, she notes, has the highest vibration, followed by Canon, material shortages she carefully considers when designing. And her and and yeah. And now what's next for her is that she's now a well-connected career in her industry, that is the global fashion industry. While her designs are made in the Philippines, the brand ships worldwide, part of her intention to share the good energies of Hong Kong on a global scale. So what are the next steps? Well, they're reconsidering relaunching Flo, uh, Flogok in the future, potentially with a partner and with a stronger emphasis on sustainability. We're in the Philippines and we're known for our bakya. So I'm thinking, how can we do Flogok in that way and bring the bakyas back? She also continues to design for other brands, particularly Italian shoes, providing art direction and collaborating with companies in Florence. I'm really happy to be still involved in the design capacity on the international level. As a Filipina assisting Italians in the designs, I am proud to be able to do that. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Carl Delon, one of the one of the Filipina girls who wants to be for astronaut turned into the fashion. This is what she does now, fashion designer. So yeah, pretty really awesome stuff. So yeah, Caro de Leon, one of the best works for Angkan. And finally, fashion lovers, we're gonna get into that one. Here's what you need to know for Marte Fair 2024. We're gonna be quick here. So, here's what you have to look out for. You have CEO the Alex3, Nidercott, and Lilian Manahan collaboration. That is her right here. Travel Fun by Suridus Tan, which is this part here. And I believe this is about the new colors and the patterns, which are you are seeing here. Banded to chocolate. Okay, this is interesting. This is a food related to food, but cool. So this is a what I'm seeing here. This is a good guilt-free chocolate without the junky ingredients, so that is good, and this is healthier. It like summers. You have that one. Tukin sleepwear. What they're saying is the lightweight there. Carinosa. Ooh, Carinosa. This is the shoes right here, or yeah, whatever it's called. But yeah, it is the shoes. Baguyan. This is their outfit there. Gallery of Paints. Yep, Gallery of Paints. You will see what their paints are. Really nice, really cool. And yeah, that's what you need to know for the Mart Art Fair 2024 that you may be interested. For me, I'm interested in trying their good fit chocolate, especially they don't have much of the unhealthy ingredients. But yeah, this is really interesting. All right, people, it is now 6:40 in the morning, and we will get ready now for cool news on Hello Pilipinas. So stick around. We will be right back.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
All right, a fairly good morning to everyone, and this is koolNews on Hello Pilipinas, and today is September 1st, 2024, and here are the headlines that you need to know for this morning. The government is unlikely to grant the request of fugitive televangelist Apollo Kibuloy for a written declaration that he will not be turned over to the United States, where he is also a wanted man, as it would mean re-inking on Manila's obligation under its extradition treaty with Washington. This was according to Justice Undersecretary Rolf Vasquez. He said the request of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ Founder was a legal issue that needs to be carefully studied. In a media forum in Quezon City, on Saturday, Vasquez said he did not want to preempt the high-level decision on the matter, but took note of the Philippine commitments under the 1994 pact, regardless of whoever is in the leadership. We have an extradition treaty, so no one in that government can give that guarantee. Strictly speaking, it's just optics, Vasquez said. In the first place, no government official would want to violate the law. Our treaties have the force of law once they are signed and concurred in by the Senate. That's part of our legal obligation, Vasquez said. You can just imagine if we would re-engage on our international obligations in favor of an individual. That is a matter that we will carefully study and focus on. Vasquez made these points in response to a statement from KOGC lawyer and spokesperson Israel Taran on the possible steps to be taken by Kibuloy, currently the target of a massive week-old police manhunt inside the sprawling KOGC compound in Davao City. Taran said the pastor would agree to face charges of human trafficking and child abuse in the Philippines if President Marcos would issue a written declaration that Kibuloy would not be extraordinarily rendered to the U.S. without being given a fair chance to prove his innocence in the country. The KOGC lawyer also expressed fears of Kibuloy being subjected to extraordinary detention or kidnapped and taken to another country. The Department of Justice said it had not received any request from the United States to extradite Kibuloy, the spiritual advisor of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Aside from his criminal cases filed in Philippine courts, Kibuloy is facing an arrest warrant in California on charges on conspiracy to engage in sex trafficking by force, fraud, coercion, sex trafficking of children, conspiracy, and cash smuggling. Denying the charges, he had accused the U.S. government of plotting to eliminate him once he is turned over to American custody. According to Vasquez, still the best option for Kibuloy would be to come out, present himself and his evidence, and address the charges. He will be given a fair and impartial trial. Excuse me. If there is an extradition request, that could be the subject of legal processes. He can still question that and claim that he still has pending cases here. But we cannot guarantee, but we cannot give a guarantee to him because it's a matter that is outside of our prerogative, because the U.S. will be requesting it, not us, Vasquez said. A personal guarantee from the President or Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remula is a personal act that will be given much weight in view of the country's treaty obligations. The banks that facilitated the suspicious transactions of dismissed Mayor Alice Guo of Bobontown and Tala Province and her alleged cohorts should be held liable, Senator Sherwin Cajillian said on Saturday, as he rebuked the Anti-Money Laundering Council anew for its failure to affect the questionable financial activities. According to Cajillian, the banks and other financial institutions were mandated by law to immediately report to the AMLC any double transaction amounting to at least 500,000 pesos. In the case of Guo, he said it took the AMLC 4 years to act on her possible involvement in money laundering activities in connection with the illegal Philippine offshore gaming operator Poco in her town. On Friday, the AMLC filed a string of cases against Guo and 35 others for alleged illegal funneling of 7 billion pesos to build the sprawling Poco hub that reportedly hosted various scamming activities and other serious crimes. If the Senate did not investigate this matter, they could still be operating now and bringing in dirty money, Cajillian told the Usapang Senado radio program on DWIC. That's why the banks and AMLC should explain. They all have liabilities here. For me, the banks should be accountable because they did not report the transactions to the AMLC, he said. Earlier, Kachilian estimated the construction of the entire Poco complex in Bamban, which the authorities raided in March, cost as much as 6 billion pesos. He said the filing of 87 counts of money laundering against Guo and her alleged license supported his suspicions that the funds spent to develop and build the Poco facilities were proceeds of various transnational crimes, such as online fraud and gambling, that were laundered into the country. He said the failure of the banks to report the questionable transactions was a red flag that should have prompted the AMLC to act on its own. Kachilon stressed the AMLC was remiss in its job to be proactive in addressing such matter. When asked if the banks should be included as respondents in the case against Guo and others, Kachilon said it was up to the AMLC to investigate their possible criminal liabilities. To be honest, this issue was brought up during the executive session, so definitely the banks share the accountability, he said. Kachilian also pointed out the AMLC should now conduct a similar financial scrutiny of the individuals involved in Legisart 99, Outsourcing Incorporated, and Woven Corporation, the companies behind the similar Poco facility in Porac, Pampanga, that authorities had also raided and closed down. He said the engineers he had consulted told him that about 5 billion pesos was needed to put up the Poco hub in Porac, which had private villas and dozens of multi-story buildings. Catherine Cassandra Leong, Legisart's authorities representative, was included on the list of respondents in the complaint filed by the AMLC, the National Bureau of Investigation, and Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission filed at the Department of Justice. Excuse me. A company is under investigation for allegedly engaging in a fermenting scheme where potential victims are lured into buying hogs and chickens in an animal husbandry venture. It caught the attention of the National Bureau of Investigation here after about 100 people in Baguio and Benguet province complained of that they have been duped. NPR lawyer Daniel Cadazo said many of the complainants sensed something was wrong in the third week of August after they stopped receiving dividends. They put in investments ranging from 5,000 pesos to 5 million pesos, the Ganzo said during the local Hello Pilipinas briefing on Tuesday. The Ganzo urged other victims to submit documents that would help build a case against the company, which he did not identify. But in a news conference on Friday, some of the complainants said they invested in farm-to-market agri-farm OPC or One-Person Corporation and its subsidiaries, which operate branches in Mindanao and Luzon, including one in Baguio. On August 20, Farm-to-Market was issued a cease and desist order by the Securities and Exchange Commission for consolidating investments in a paalaga or animal husbandry system without a license. The company allegedly enticed partners to buy a piglet for 5,000 pesos with a guaranteed return of 2,600 pesos for every piglet brought up to 3 months. A 100,000 pesos investment in for 20 piglets promised a 52% or 52,000 pesos profit according to the order. The SEC warned the public against Farm-to-Market's 3-month paalaga program for being a suspected variation of the Ponzi scheme, where the first line of investors are paid dividends using funds from new investors, giving the impression that the business is actually making huge profits. A total of 24,400 automated counting machines for the 2025 midterm elections are now in the country, Commission on Elections Committee Chairman George Garcia said on Saturday. We currently have 24,000 machines. 17,400 machines are what you can see right here now. These 7,000 machines are in customs, but they're already here in the country, Garcia said in the press briefing. It will be released by the customs, so more or less for the month of August, we will have 24,000 vote counting, automated counting machines, he added. Garcia also noted that Mio Systems, the automated election systems provider tapped by Comelec for the 2025 elections, had a commitment to bring 20,000 automated counting machines to the country by August, but it has already exceeded the commitment by delivering an additional 4,000 machines. Comelec is also expecting more badges to be delivered next month until December. We expect the delivery of 30,000 machines from Miro by September, Another 30,000 machines are expected by October, and the remaining balance from the 110,000 machines will arrive by December, Garcia said. The 17.99 billion peso contract signed by Comelec and Miro Systems in March includes the delivery of 110,000 voting machines, election management systems, consolidation and canvassing systems, ballot printing, ballot boxes, and other peripherals. Garcia shared that Miro has fully delivered all the following for the month of August: CCS laptops, CCS printers, USB hub dongles, cable ties, toners, CCS box kits, hot bullets, laboratory taps bullets, application servers, and database servers. All of these are 100% here in 100% here in the Comelec warehouse, so we are happy because at least they will not have to penalize them. Based on our procurement law, they may face a penalty for every day of delay. Garcia, in the press briefing, introduced the steps they will be taking after the delivery of the voting machines in the country. He said that the poll body has a strict implementation of quality control. Our quality control is very strict. Our instruction: if we see a problem, reject and return. For us, there is no compromise when it comes to those being delivered to us, he said. For example, it is not Miro's fault, but due to the stacking of thermal paper boxes, there have been crease, so we did not accept every return because it might affect the performance of the machines on the election day. That's how strict our quality control is, he added. The machines will also be undergoing testing such as the hardware acceptance test and laboratory tests. According to Garcia, the laboratory tests will check if the machines are working properly. In addition, he had said that the source code review that will be happening for October is important to assess how the machine works and how it will count the votes. After that process, the Comelec will conduct an international certification. This has to be certified by an international entity to say that the system is ready and accurate, Garcia said. Garcia also said that they are now expecting the delivery of 2 printing machines to the National Printing Office. It is part of Miro's commitment to bring 2 new printers that will be coming from Germany, worth 300 million pesos each. And finally, the last in national headlines for the first gap, the Department of Health has updated its guidelines on the prevention and management of the infectious mpox disease as the Quezon City government reported its first case of infection. The DOH reiterated that all 15 mpox cases in the country involve a less prevalent and treatable variant of the disease, but the public should still take preventive measures. The case in QC involved a 37-year-old male resident of the city. He started exhibiting symptoms on August 16 and was admitted to the San Zalaro Hospital on August 22. After testing, patient 15 was found positive on August 26. For now, we are closely monitoring the patient. We also have located his 50 contacts whom we continue to monitor, Mayor Joy Belmonte said. These contacts were believed to be exposed at the Infinity Spa and Fahrenheit Club, which were both temporarily closed by the city government. Since the detection of the first mpox case this year, the city government said it has activated its own prevention and management protocols, and all healthcare workers have also been oriented about reporting and handling mpox case. Belmonte called on establishment owners to cooperate and comply with the city's contact tracing efforts to curb the spread of the virus and ensure the safety and welfare of Quezon City residents and residents. The city government has also established the QC Task Force Mpox through Executive Order 14, consisting of various city government departments and offices. DOH Officer in Charge Assistant Secretary and Spokesperson Albert Domingo said the updated guidelines were contained in Department Memorandum No. 2024-0306 dated August 26 and made public on Friday. Mpox is caused by the monkeypox virus, which has 2 recognized candidates or variants. Transmission occurs through direct contact with infectious skin or mucosal lesions, body fluids, respiratory droplets, or contaminated materials. The DOH advised the public to avoid close and intimate skin-to-skin contact, including sexual contact, kissing, hugging, and cuddling with individuals who are suspect, probable, or confirmed cases of Mpox. The public is also advised to practice frequent and proper hand hygiene, thoroughly clean fomites, objects subjected of being contaminated with the virus or handled by infectious persons, and avoid contact with animals that may carry the virus, including disease bats and other animals found in areas where Mpox is present. Household members and persons caring for suspected cases are required to disinfect contaminated surface. In airports and seaports, Inbound and outbound international travelers are required to provide accurate responses to health declaration forms and to approach health personnel on duty if experiencing any symptoms. In public and private facilities, health workers are required to wear personal protective equipment when caring for suspected case. During history taking and physical examination, healthcare providers should observe for skin lesions with vesicles or pustules, or pustules that are deep-seated, firm, or hard. Other symptoms include fever, chills, myalgia, back pain, malaise, asthenia, or hepatopathy. And that's the first gap of koolNews on Hello Pilipinas, where we covered the national headlines that you need to know. We will get into the international headlines, and some technology news later. What's in breaking in the second gap of koolNews on Hello Pilipinas. With that is the last gap of Hello Pilipinas later in this hour, which is 8 a.m. For now, we will return to Hello Pilipinas after the ad break. Stick around, people. Stick around. Right, people. It is 8:11 in the morning, and you are listening and watching Hello Pilipinas. Yes, to those who have just joined our program, a fellow good morning to you all, and happy Bird Month. It is indeed the first day of September, and you know what it is? It's a Christmas season in the Philippines. Woo! All right, now let's get into the showbiz happenings. As yes, and in case you missed it in the previous hour of Hello Pilipinas, we covered what happened so far with koolFM along with the lifestyle happening. So, if you are watching Hello Pilipinas through our live stream, yes, if you're watching Hello Pilipinas through our online live streams, whether you're from TGON Productions or TGON News, you can rewind the live stream and so you can rewind the live stream and look at what we have discussed so far, especially with the what happened with koolFM and the lifestyle happenings that we covered. All right, now let's get into the showbiz happenings. Okay, so here is our first showbiz news, and this is we're gonna start with the bad news first. Catriona Gray was traumatized after she lost her belongings to robbers in London who broke the near rear window of her car while she was having lunch. The beauty queen shared her and her family's traumatic experience, showing the broken window of the vehicle through her Instagram stories on Saturday, August 31. Robbed in the middle of London while stopping for lunch on the way to the airport. Our passports and belongings are gone, Lane lamented. Traumatized. The beauty queen did not expound on the incident, although she earlier shared through her Instagram page that she is in the United Kingdom with her family. In the UK for a very special trip with my papa. We're road tripping from London through Scotland and back, she said last Friday, August 23. Gray also documented the trip in England and Scotland through a separate series of posts. It's my first time in Scotland and my dad's first time back to his homeland since he immigrated to Australia at the age of 7 back in 1952, she captured one of the posts. And it's like I'm discovering right alongside him her heritage and family history. I'm so able to do this trip with them. Sorry, with them. Yeah. Now let's get into the right side now as Connie Reyes celebrates her 50 years in showbiz with new TV series called Shining Inheritance. At 71 years old, veteran actress Connie Reyes feels utterly blessed and grateful to have reached 50 years in the entertainment industry as she takes on the new starring role in the upcoming drama series Shining Inheritance. The actress hopes to shed light in discussions pertaining to people with Alzheimer's disease and as to how the elderly should be taken care of and loved. During the Shining Inheritance press conference on Friday, August 30, Reyes underscored that what she considers her shining moment is that she is still able to do what she loves doing, which is acting, after all these years. My most shining moment is probably that I'm still here. I feel like crying. You know, I am a great baby ever since. For those who are familiar with what I do, I have done, I'm just so blessed. I feel so grateful that God has allowed me to use what He has given me, the talent He has given me until now that I'm 71 years old, she expressed. This season actress will be playing the role of Aurea de la Costa, a grandmother with Alzheimer's disease who is often neglected by her grandchildren and other family members. Because sometimes the elderly are ignored by the people around them, so it seems to me that they need to realize that these people need to be appreciated, taken care of, and loved. We will all grow old, right? We hope to be able to make people understand how to take care of those with Alzheimer, added the actress. Despite her longevity in showbiz, the Return of the Dragon actress declared that she still enjoys what she does and still has aspirations for what she wants to do next. I have been doing this for 50 years, but I still enjoy it so much. But of course, I have to pace myself, she said. I'm going to reiterate this again. I hope that one day I will have a sitcom or dramatic because you know that I know how to make people laugh also. You think it's just drama, cry here, cry there. I'm a bit tired of crying. She stated, adding that she remains grateful to GMA for giving her projects. Reyes made her first film appearance in The Return of the Dragon in 1974. She then made her maiden TV appearance on Student Canteen, a Philippine noontime variety show on GMA7. In 1977, the actress got her own television series to host titled Connie Reyes Mumar Studio. Reyes also joined the Icologa family in 1982. Reyes is known for her roles in family-oriented television dramas 100 Days to Heaven, Nathaniel, and My Dear Heart, and the movie Four Sisters and the Wedding, among others. Shining Inherence is a Philippine adaptation of the Korean drama Brilliant Legacy, and it's set to premiere on GMA Afternoon Prime Time on September 9. Kaidoing Alcantara and Kate Valdez, who are both facing their respective dating rumors, were teased about the reason why they are happy on set and how their feelings affect their acting dynamics as contrabida or antagonists and bida protagonists respectively in the upcoming series Shining Inherits. During the series media conference on Friday, August 30, Valdez, who recently sparked dating rumors with Japanese vlogger Fumiya Sankai, gave a confident yes when asked if she's in love and went on to discuss how important feelings are in acting. That's important for you to be able to do your work well, because when you are in a bad mood, you can't deliver properly. But for me, no matter how you feel at any moment, whether you're sad, angry, frustrated, happy, inspired, it's like magic that you can use them in any scene you should, she explained. Valdez will be playing Ina Villarazon, the protagonist in the story. Meanwhile, Alcantara, who remained tight-lipped about their dating status with basketball player Kobe Paras, echoed her co-star's sentiments as she takes on the role of antagonist Joanna de la Costa. Said, we're all professionals, all the personal baggage we bring. It should be different when on set. The focus should be on the character, on the project being done, she stated. Alcantara, who's also been at the center of controversy last year, shared that she can somehow relate to her character in Shining Inherence, given that they are both misjudged. John Anna doesn't really show her weakness to people, while in my case I show both my strength and weakness because I'm just human. In a way, I can relate to her, but not in the parts that she physically hurts people. Of course, only in the misjudged parts. As an artist, that cannot be avoided, she declared. The Philippines posted its best Olympics performance this year, holding 4 medals, including 2 golds from gymnast Carlos Yulo alone. A filmmaker followed the journeys of the Filipino athletes before the Paris Games and cited how much one's Paki or care contributed to the current sports climate in the country. I care so much, and this project meant a lot to me, to the people who worked hard for this, and of course, for our Olympians. And I hope this opportunity gives us a chance to see why it is that way. Director Val Yuga addressed the audience at a special screening of her documentary series Puso in Paris 2024, held in Mandaluyong City on Friday night, August 30. As storytellers, the challenge was, how do we make people care before the Olympics? At the same time, how do we care of their stories and trust it upon us? Because it was not like the usual stories of not training kami or retrained or this is what we do every day. It was deeper than that, she continued. The documentaries were filmed during the competitions and training sessions leading up to the 2024 Paris Olympics. And the 4 episodes were released before the Filipino athletes will embark on their medal quest 100 years since the Philippines first ended participation in the biggest sporting event in the world. When we were deciding that what would be the focal point of Puso and Paris, we knew that the messaging would be the Filipino Olympians or our Filipino athletes already belong to the world stage. So how are we going to show that? And how are we going to tell the story to the people who are not exposed to the day-to-day practices of our Olympians? Mayuga said. The first episode followed the roller coaster ride that Yulo took to ascend to the gymnastics greatness. Before posting many first up for the country, the first gold medal for a male Olympian, the first gold medal from gymnastics, the first athlete to earn 2 gold medals, the first multiple medal win in a single season, the floor and vault king has experienced a lot of low points in his life that fueled personal doubts. These athletes shared their stories, their struggles, their heartbreaks, their happiness to us. And we started the journey from Intramuros, Manila, where Yulos is training. And we flew to California to join EJ Albina during the US track and field Grand Prix. And then we flew to Bangkok to follow our boxers before they eventually flew for the training camp in France. And we flew back to Manila to be able to capture the stories of our weightlifters. It's such a hassle, Mayuga shared. The second episode followed the boxers, focusing on 2020 Tokyo Olympics bonus medal winner, Yoma Marcel, 2024 Paris Olympics bronze medal winner, Riga Villegas, and Nesty Petesio, who bagged silver in 2020 and bronze in the recent games. Weightlifters John Sanigza, Vanessa Sarno, and Aaron Andong shared how the sport changed their lives in episode 3, and how Haydn Diaz's historic first gold medal win for the Philippines at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics inspired them to persevere. The fourth, excuse me. The fourth and final episode focused on Albina's journey from Balarong Bambansa to becoming Asia's best pole vaulter. I truly believe that stories are only vehicles that give people something tangible to care about. The stories of our boxers, Si, Ira, Nesty, Yumer, Carlo Paalam, and Hergy Bagyadan represent Filipinos who dreamed of better lives for themselves and their families. Our weightlifters, Vanessa, John, and Doran, are stories of Filipinos who find themselves in the chaos of the now. The story of EJ, or Filipinos going to foreign land, away from their families, away from their loved ones, just to get a shot at the stream, at their dreams, and ultimately Kaloy, show the story of Filipinos, how we face struggles again and again, and yet we still choose to pick ourselves up and hold our head high, Miyuga said. She said it was the Filipino people's Paki that resulted in the current climate. Our athletes care so much in representing the Philippines well in the Olympics. Paki was the reason why the win felt sweeter and the losses bitter. Paki was also the reason why Smart and the MPD Group have invested in our athletes and brought the Olympics to us through various streaming platforms. And Paki was also the reason why the brands, the Travel Club, Adidas, Mr. Francis Libiran, have helped and invested in our Olympians. And of course, Paki is the reason why Shangri-La was able to hold this kind of event together, this community, to celebrate our athletes and our most successful Olympic season to date, Mayuga continued. She is hopeful that Filipinos will continue to care about the athletes and the Philippines Olympic quest, enough to push for the changes that are needed to uplift the athletes. These stories of our Olympians inspire us to have more parties in the future and not to be nonchalant. Let's be OA in supporting our Filipino athletes, Mayuga said. Puso in Paris 2024 is a 4-episode documentary series that is available online. And now we get into the what's happening in United States with Hollywood and stuff. Well, this is again coming from Inquirer. One of 2 doctors charged in connection with Matthew Perry's death made his first appearance in a federal court in Los Angeles on Friday, August 30, after reaching a deal to plead guilty and cooperate with prosecutors. Dr. Mark Chavez, age 54 of San Diego, stood in court with his lawyer and told a judge he's understood his rights. U.S. District Judge Juan B. Rosenblatt told him he could remain free on bond with several restrictions, including turning over his passport and not working as a doctor. He has agreed to turn over his medical license. Chavez signed an agreement with prosecutors earlier this month to plead guilty to conspiring to distribute the surgical anesthetic ketamine. He did not enter his guilty plea or speak about the case, which he will do with another judge at the date to be determined. He's incredibly more remorseful, not just because it happened to Matthew Perry, but because it happened to a patient. Chavez's lawyer Matthew Bindinger sat outside court with the doctor standing at his side. He's trying to do everything in his power to right the wrong that happened here. He didn't accept responsibility today, but only because it wasn't on the counter. Bindinger added, he's doing everything in his power to cooperate and help with this situation. Asked what he and Chavez would say to his family, Bindinger said, I'm afraid I can't answer that question other than to say that we're incredibly sorry that someone lost their life. It doesn't matter that he was a famous celebrity, and I know that he was incredibly universally loved by all. It's a shame at what happened. Chavez will be the third person to plead guilty in the aftermath of the France star photo overdose last year. Chavez also agreed to cooperate with prosecutors as he pursued others, including the Dr. Chavez worked with to sell ketamine to Perry. Also working with the U.S. Attorney's Office are Perry's assistant, who admitted to helping him obtain and inject ketamine, and the Perry contendants, who admitted to acting as a drug messenger and middleman. The three are helping prosecutors as they go after their main targets, Dr. Salvador Pansancia, charged with illegally selling ketamine to Perry in the month before his death, and Jasmine Sangaha, a woman who authorities say is a dealer who sold the actor the lethal dose of ketamine. Both have pleaded not guilty and are awaiting trial. They are set to appear in the court for a status conference on Wednesday. Chavez admitted in his plea agreement that he obtained ketamine from his former clinic and from a wholesale distributor where he submitted a fraudulent prescription. After a guilty plea, he could get up to 10 years in prison when he is sentenced. To recall, Perry was found dead by his assistants on October 28. The medical examiner ruled ketamine was the primary cause of death. The actor had been using the drug through his regular doctor in illegal but off-label treatment for depression that has become increasingly common. Seeking more ketamine than his doctor would give him, about a month before his death, Perry found Placencia, who in turn asked Chavez to obtain the drug for him. I wonder how much this moron will pay, Placencia texted Chavez. The two meet up the same day in Costa Mesa, halfway between Los Angeles and San Diego, and exchange at least 4 victims of ketamine. After selling the drugs to Perry for $4,500, Placencia asked Chavez if he could keep supplying them so they could become Perry's go-to. Perry struggled with addiction for years, dating back to his time on France, when he became one of the biggest stars of his generation as Chandler Bing. He started along Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, and David Chudwimmer for 10 seasons from 1994 to 2004 on NBC's mega hit sitcom. And that's the showbiz happenings now. Let's get into the variety for the rest of what's happening in Hollywood and international entertainments. Not entertainments, but entertainment happenings. This summer always gets colder by the end. This is coming from Variety. Even in its 6th weekend, Disney's Deadpool and Wolverine is landing the top spot on domestic charts once again as theaters take in an assortment of low-performing new releases, including Dennis Quaid's presidential biopic Bria Gunn and the Blumhouse horror feature Afraid. The Marvel Studios production earned another $3.6 million on Friday, down about 26% from its daily total a week ago. Apart from a 1-week standing of number 1 to the opening fame of Alien Romulus, Deadpool and Wolverine has been dominating for over a month now. Its domestic haul should reach $600 million within the next few days, and a milestone that only 15 other releases have ever notched. The hero team-up feature comes in ahead of Afraid, released by Sony to 3,003 locations. The sci-fi trailer, which follows John Cho and Kathleen Waterston as a married couple whose AI-assisted household begins to attack their family, earned $1.3 million across its opening day in previews. These earned breakout numbers for the Chris well-directed feature, but Blumhouse employed its typically lean economic model to turn this PG-13 feature around on a $12 million production budget. The projected $4 million debut would still be an extremely quiet opening, but the film isn't a huge financial liability. Reviews are bad, and audience are called too, with a C plus grade from research firm Cinema Score. Afraid is at least far better than most of the weekend's other nationwide releases in the United States, none of which exactly seem like top priorities for critics to review the fall film festival season kicks off. Lionsgate's 1992 President Gilson Virgo that follows a shop owner staying afloat during the LA riots took in an estimate $460,000 on its opening day from 875 locations. Audience are into it with an A minus cinema score grade, and reviews lean positive. Meanwhile, Roadside City of Dreams, a human trafficking drama that has attached executive producers ranging from Martin Sheen to Vivek Ramaswamy, has grossed roughly $840,000 from 774 locations, and the final opening number will be buoyed from a large fraction of ticket sales coming from the filmmakers and John Heaveney, founder of United Capital and London House Films, who gave away $1 million in free admissions to draw attention to the issue space drama. It got an A grade on Cinema Score. Also, Blaker's Split Shot, a space trailer starring Lawrence Fishburne and Cassie Affleck, is even quieter with an estimated $250,000 from 845 locations. The feature, directed by Mika Habstorm, has landed mediocre reviews. And then there's Regan, the integral release from Showbiz Direct. After debuting a first look at an annual exhibitor gathering CinemaCon in 2022, the biopic paused promotions before being taken on by the new banner. The squid starts as the actor turned president who exercised his federal anti-communism through his time as SAG head during the Blackness era and all the way to the Oval Office. The biopic tore down $2.6 million across Friday and previous screenings from 2,752 locations. It will hope to reach It will hope to reach 8 digits through the holiday weekend. Sean McNamara Soul Silver Brad directed the $25 million production. Reviews have been negative, but as with most Palestinian-led messaging in the US, surprise surprise, its target audience has received it warmly, an 8 grade on Cinema Score. Even with 5 new releases in theaters, the lion's share of box office top slice will go to holdovers. Disney's Alien Romulus looks to repeat in second place after earning $2.2 million on Friday. After 2 weeks of release, 20th Century Studios' sci-fi sequel has now surpassed $80 million of domestic and $150 million internationally, boosted by an unexpected but impressive performance in China. Sony's It Ends With Us seems headed to third place, projecting $9.5 million for the 4-day weekend, $7.3 million for the 3-day frame. The Blake Lively drama has now surpassed $125 million in North America. In the coming weeks, it will make a go in at outpacing A Quiet Place Day 1, which is sitting at $138 million to become the 10th highest grossing domestic release of the year. Also this weekend, Amazon MGM's Blink Twice seems primed to put up a solid haul of a less than stellar opening. The Channing Tatum and Naomi Aki's psychological thriller is projecting $5.2 million for the 3-day frame, down just 28% from its debut. Oh, so at least it looks like Disney's Deadpool and Wolverine are still doing well in American theaters. So it's good to hear that since the movie here is no longer showing here in the Philippines. But good thing the movie is performing well, and it's a good thing. And yeah, that's the variety, and that's the international entertainment. news right here on Hello Pilipinas. It is now 8:36, and we will get back into cool news on Hello Pilipinas. So stick around for the last cap of Hello Pilipinas. We will also be covering the anime news right here on the same show. So stick around, people. We will be right back.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Welcome back to Cool News on Hello Pilipinas. And now let's get into the last few headlines, starting with what's happening from around the world. Okay, I'm experiencing some technical issue in my area. Let me just wait for it to load. There we go. Okay. A campaign to inoculate children in Gaza against polio and prevent the spread of the virus has begun. The Health Ministry said Saturday as Palestinians in the Hamas governed enclave and the occupied West Bank reel from Israel's military offensives. Meanwhile, Israel's military late Saturday and hold on. I just got a call. Hold on. All right. Sorry for the sudden call that happened during the show, but that's something personal stuff here. But anyways, let's continue where we left off. The army was trying to identify the bodies, including whether they were hostages, but said the processes would take several hours. We asked to refrain from spreading rumors and said there were no further details. A small number of children in Gaza received vaccine doses a day before the large-scale rollout and limited pauses in the fighting agreed to by Israel and UN World Health Organization. Associated Press journalists saw about 10 children receiving doses at Nasir Hospital in Khan Yunis. There must be a ceasefire that the teams can reach everyone targeted by this campaign, said Dr. Rosef Abu Al-Rish, Gaza's Deputy Health Minister, describing scenes of sewage running through crowded tent camps. Polio is spread through fatal manner. But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office in a statement said Israel will allow a humanitarian corridor only, and areas will be established that will be safe for administering the vaccines for a few hours. Israel said the vaccination program will continue through September 9 and last 8 hours a day. It will allow health workers to administer vaccines with the aim of reaching some 648,000 Palestinian children. The vaccination campaign comes after the first polio showcase in 25 years, and Gaza was discovered this month. Doctors concluded a 10-month-old had been partially paralyzed by a mutated strain of the virus after not being vaccinated to the fighting. Most people who contract the disease do not experience symptoms anymore, and those who do usually recover in a week or so, but there is no cure. I was terrified and waiting for the vaccination to arrive and for everyone to receive it, said Amal Shahin, whose daughter received a dose Saturday. Healthcare workers in Gaza have warned of the potential for a polio outbreak for months. And 7 people were killed and thousands were injured in Mississippi after a commercial bus overturned on Interstate 20 on Saturday morning, according to the Mississippi Highway Patrol. 6 passengers were pronounced dead at the scene and another died at the hospital, according to a news release. The bus was traveling west when it left the highway near Bolina in Warden County and flipped over. No other vehicle was involved. The crash was caused by a tire failure, the National Transportation Safety Board said on their social media platform X. The bus was operated by Autobuses Regiomontanos. A woman who answered the phone at its Laredo, Texas office said it was aware of the crash, but she didn't answer questions or provide her name. The death included a 6-year-old boy and his 60-year-old sister, according to Warren County Coroner Doug Husky. They were identified by the mother. Authorities were working to identify the other victims, he said. 37 passengers were taken to hospitals in Vicksburg and Jackson. The department is continuing its investigation and hasn't released the names of the deceased. No other information was immediately provided. And that's the international headlines on koolNews on Hello Pilipinas. Now let's get into the cool weather bulletin from Pagasa weather specialist Chris Castaneda.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ngayon ay September 1, 2024 at narito ang update ukol sa maging lagay ng panahon sa susunod na 24 oras. Kaninang alas 3, yung low pressure area na minomonitor natin ay huling namataan sa layong 205 kilometers silangan ng Borongan City, Northern Samar. Nananatili pong mataas yung tsansa nito na maging bagyo within the next 24 hours. At ayon nga po sa ating latest analysis, kapag ito ay naging isang ganap na bagyo, ay posible po itong kumilos pa northwestward then northward at mananatili po ito dito sa may karagatan silangan ng ating bansa at nakikita po natin na posible itong lumapit or lalapit ito dito sa area ng sa silangang bahagi ng Visayas at Luzon. At sa kasalukuyan din po nakikita natin na hindi ito tatama sa anumang bahagi ng ating kalupaan, ngunit dahil nga po hindi pa ito isang ganap na bagyo ay posible pa rin pong magbago yung ating scenario. So hindi pa rin po natin niro-rule out yung possible scenario po ng landfall. So continuous monitoring lang po tayo at patuloy na magantabay sa updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa. At sa kasalukuyan, itong low pressure area nito ay nagdudulot na rin po ng kalat-kalat hanggang sa malawakang pag-ulan dito sa area ng Bicol Region maging sa bahagi din ng Eastern Visayas. And also nakakaranas din po ng mga pag-ulan ang Central Visayas at yung mga ilang bahagi din po ng Mindanao dulot po ng LPA na ito. So pag-iingat po para sa ating mga kababayan sa banta ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. Samantala, ang southwest monsoon o habagat naman ay umiiral pa rin dito sa kanlurang bahagi ng Southern Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Kung saan ngayong araw, meron pa rin po tayong mararanasan ng mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan. Dito pa din yan sa may kanlurang bahagi ng Southern Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. At sa mga susunod na araw naman po is meron din po tayong nakikitang possibility ng enhancement ng southwest monsoon o habagat kung saan makakaranas po ng mga malakas na pag-ulan. Itong malaking bahagi ng ating bansa, lalong-lalo na po yung western section po nito, yung western section ng Southern Luzon and Central Luzon, kasama na po dyan ang Metro Manila. So muli po, dahil nga hindi pa ganap na bagyo yung minomonitor po natin, na ito po yung posibleng mag-enhance ng habagat, is posible pa pong magbago yung scenario natin. So continuous monitoring pa rin po tayo at patuloy tayo magantabay sa updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa. At para nga sa magiging lagay ng panahon ngayong araw ng linggo, maulap na kalangitan at mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan pa rin po yung ating mararanasan dito sa bahagi ng Quezon, maging sa bahagi din ng Bicol Region, dulot po yan ng low pressure area. Samantala may mga pag-ulan din po tayong mararanasan dito naman sa bahagi ng Mimaropa, dulot naman po yan ng habagat. So muli po, pag-iingat pa rin para sa ating mga kababayan sa posibilidad ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. Samantala sa nalalabing bahagi naman po ng Luzon, kasama na dyan ng Metro Manila, ay meron tayong mararanasan pa din ng mga isolated o yung mga biglaang pag-ulan, pagkidlat at pagkulog, dulot po ng habagat at ng mga localized thunderstorms. Ang ating mga regional offices nagpapalabas pa rin po ng mga thunderstorm advisories or mga babala ukol sa mga pag-ulan na ito. Agwat ng temperatura sa Metro Manila ay mula 26 to 33 degrees Celsius. Samantala, ang buong bahagi naman po ng Visayas at Mindanao ngayong araw ay makakaranas po ng maulan na panahon kung saan meron tayong mga pag-ulan na mararanasan pa din dito sa bahagi ng Eastern Visayas at Central Visayas, maging sa malaking bahagi din po ng Mindanao, dulot po yan ng LPA. So muli po, pag-iingat sa mga kababayan natin dyan sa banta po ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. Samantala, dito naman sa bahagi nga ng Palawan, Western Visayas, Negros Island Region, maging dito rin sa Zamboanga Peninsula at sa Basilan, Sulu at Tawi-Tawi, meron din po tayong mararanasan ng mataas na tsansa ng mga pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog na dulot naman ng habagat. Agwat ng temperatura sa Cebu ay mula 25 to 31 degrees Celsius at sa Davao naman ay 27 to 31 degrees Celsius. At para naman sa lagay ng dagat baybayin ng ating bansa, wala po tayong nakataas na gale warning kaya malayong makakapalaot yung ating mga kababayang mangingisda pati na rin yung may mga maliliit na sasakyang pandagat. Ngunit iba yung pag-iingat pa rin po para sa mga kababayan natin na maglalayag dito sa may silangan ng Southern Luzon at Visayas kung saan magiging katamtaman hanggang sa maalon po yung lagay ng ating karagatan. Dito sa Metro Manila, ang araw ay sisikat mamayang 5:44 ng umaga at lulubog mamayang 6:08 ng hapon. At para naman po sa karagdagang impormasyon, ngayong buwan ng Setyembre ay 2 hanggang 3 bagyo yung maaari pong mabuo or pumasok sa loob ng ating area of responsibility kung saan ayon nga po sa ating climatology track ng bagyo tuwing buwan ng September ay posible po itong tumawid or mag-cross dito sa area ng Southern Luzon to Central Luzon area or maaari din naman po dito sa may Northern Luzon area and posible din po na meron tayong senaryo na ito ay magre-recurve or hindi po ito maglalandfall sa anumang bahagi ng ating kalupaan. At yung mga susunod nga po na pangalan ng ating mga bagyo ay Enteng, Ferdy at Henner. Patuloy po tayong magantabay sa updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa at para sa mas kompletong impormasyon, bisitahin ang aming website pag-asa.dost.gov.ph. At yan po muna ang latest dito sa Weather Forecasting Center ng Pag-asa. Grace Castañeda, magandang umaga po.
Thank you very much, Chris Castañeda, and damn, that is quite a lot of typhoons, I should say. So so that's what she just said, that we will be witnessing 2 to 3 typhoons. So we're gonna have to get well prepared for that one because oh boy, since this is a 4-month season, typhoons can ruin you. Anyways, that is it for Cool News on Hello Pilipinas. As always, if you have any news suggestions or feedback you want to share, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And we will be back serving you more news headlines with Cool News at noon later at 12 noon. Until then, I'm Cairo, and now let's get back into Hello Pilipinas for the last few minutes of the show. And we are back to the regular programming now. We have 3 minutes before we leave the airwaves. So now let's get into the quick anime news and the quote of the day as usual. So let's do that now. Okay, well, we have some news about Ghost Band Cry that came in. That's interesting. Hold on if it loads. Okay, so Girls Band Cry anime is getting a video game. So the cast of the Girls Band Cry anime announced at the end of the anime streaming marathon on Sunday that the reduction on the game has been greenlit. The announcement did not specify the game's platform or genre. That's just brilliant. So yeah, that's just really it. But we do know that Girls Band Cry will be getting a game. We do not exactly know what type of game they will be getting, whether it's going to be a manga game or not manga game, sorry, a gacha game. I'm not entirely sure, but I may say maybe a console or maybe a console or mobile game. Who knows? But my speculation, I suspect that it's going to be a mobile game. I'm pretty sure. I suspect it's going to be a mobile game. And then the last one we have of Card Fight Vanguard, their Days 2, which it's a game that is announced for Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam. Bushiroad announced on Saturday that it will launch a sequel to Card Fight's Vanguard Dear Days game, which is titled Card Fight Vanguard Dear Days 2, which is set to be released on January 30, 2025. It will be released digitally on Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam. The company will include PR cards as first bonuses in the fiscal Nintendo Switch release of the game. So there you go. That's the quick anime news. Not really anime, but you get the idea. All right, now let's wrap it up now with the quote of the day brought to you by Brainy Quote. Okay, so this is the quote of the day for today. Experience is one thing you can't get for nothing, from Oscar Wilde. And that concludes Hello Pilipinas for this week. As always, thank you so much for joining us to start your weekend mornings with us and Sunday mornings with us. And once again, happy bird months! It's officially the first day of September as we will now witness the start of the Christmas season in the Philippines. We would like to say Merry early Christmas to you all and happy holidays right here, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, I'm Cairo, and as always, Hello Pilipinas will be back next week on the same time, same stations. Until then, I am Cairo, and once again, good morning and Hello Pilipinas, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye!